Hi everyone, Kevin the Switch Hippie here with another exciting episode of Rescued from the Bargain Bin here on Groovy Old Records. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done a video about some of the things I've been finding, but I found some good stuff and we're going to look at it right quick. So let's begin. Let's start with some 45s that I've picked up. You guys are going to love these. I found a whole bunch of these. These are they're 7-inch 33 1/3, right? With just one song on them. I got some Frank Sinatra here. This has got Brenda Lee. I've got some Paul Anka. The sound quality isn't great. I cleaned up one of them and I was able to restore a little bit of it, but these need a little bit of love and attention, and they're just really cool. I think they were made for the jukebox at one point. And here's some more Frank Sinatra. Some more Frank Sinatra. Some Paul Anka. I've got a Johnny Cash, Remember the Alamo. 7-inch 33 1/3. So here's a couple cool 45s. This is Earl King. So he's kind of a bluesy rhythm and blues guy on the Imperial record. Very nice. Lightning Hopkins. Another great one. This is a cool one. This is the Monkees. I'm a Believer backed with I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Of course, I've got to clean up these records. This one sounds okay. And I got to take the stickers off the back, so I have to get some Goo Gone and done that. And here's one I thought was really cool. This is the Beatles. This is the second pressing of 1964. I saw her standing there, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. And actually, it sounds good. The record still sounds good. So I'd like to find more of these. They're difficult to find because people who have Beatle records tend to keep them, right? But anyways, this is the Beatles. I Want to Hold Your Hand. So let's look at some albums right quick. These are some from my recent travels. So these are ones I bought in Trinidad, Colorado. A lovely flamenco album. I love flamencos. Sabicas flamenco record. Sounds great too. Here's another one. Here's another flamenco. This is kind of one of those cornet records, right? So it's some kind of generic thing, but it sounds great. It's got Saviolas. I was in Spain in the Navy, and I used to love to go see the flamenco show, so I had really loved that music. This one I bought this because I thought it was just interesting, and it's Valentino Tangos. So it's just a collection of old tangos, and it sounds really good. The record's still good, sounds good, and it's a kind of a cool cover, huh? You like the cover? I like the cover. Valentino doing his tangos. Here's a great one from here's a great one. This is Symphonie Fantastique, classical work. The record is I tried cleaning it. It didn't do very good, but apparently it's supposed to be just kind of a crazy classical, almost, the one guy said it was kind of psychedelic in nature, you know, his hallucinogenic kind of quality to this music. So I have listened to it on CD and it's really good, but I was kind of hoping the record would have survived, but it was a little bit too scratchy. So here's another one. This is one of these ones, the San Paulo Orchestra Samba and Rumba. I don't know who these people are, but the record's actually, it's a wonderful record. Absolutely wonderful. I enjoy this record very much. So it's one of those hi-fis, like, we don't know who that band is. It doesn't make a difference. You just want to listen to samba music, right? So anyways, good record. Samba and Rumba. Samba and Rumba. Oh, here's a great one. I bought this one the other day because this is The Music Man. I love this movie. I always loved this movie. I remember seeing it they played out the outdoor in the park during the summer, right, when I was a kid, and I thought Shirley Jones was so good at Robert Preston. Anyway, the songs are brilliant. Absolute classic of American musicals. So, and the tunes are catchy. And I'm not a big Broadway kind of guy, but I do like this one, The Music Man. So here's a cool one. This is Jerry Lee Lewis. This is from his Mercury Country album. So when the rock and roll thing expired for him, when people didn't really want to hear Great Balls of Fire, or they were tired of it in the 70s, he did a whole bunch of these great country albums for Mercury. And this is on the Mercury label. And this is a wonderful album. I've got several of these on CD, and I'm glad I'm starting to fill in my collection with some vinyl from Jerry Lee Lewis, those good old country So here's a couple ones I bought these in Nashville. As a matter of fact, this is Johnny Bond on the original Starday record. So this is from the '60s. It was still in the wrapper, still sealed in the shrink wrap, right? I gave it life, and it's a wonderful record. As you know, guys, I collect Starday records. As a matter of fact, I got my Starday book here, and I've been checking them off as it has the whole catalog in here. I check them off as I buy them. So, Johnny Bond, still in the shrink wrap, and the good old Starday. It wasn't Starday Gusto, so these are original from the 1960s. And here's another one too. This is another Starday, and again, from 1960s, just great. It was unopened. I opened it and breathed life into this record, and it just fills the room. It's absolutely wonderful. Love the Starday record label. So, a couple of great finds from Nashville. So here's another one. This is interesting too. Well, not interesting, but this is the Young Rascals, right? But it's not really what it is. You buy this is a Coronet Records, right? So it's a cheap record like Pickwick or whatever. And what they do is they get licensed for the songs from the Young Rascals that nobody wanted, right? And then they put this out, and then they have these other supporting bands here too, right? They add for filler to the record. So the Four Seasons, Como Sabella, that was before there were Four Seasons. That was their hit. Johnny Rivers, who's a very big. Of course, these hits weren't big. And the other one I thought was interesting were the Bugs. The Bugs were they were a band from New Jersey who were actually they put out a record and they were marketed to be Beatles. So it was the Bugs, and it was called the Beatles sound. Except they spelled Beatle the correct way, and they said recorded in Liverpool, or the Liverpool sign recorded in England. Well, it was a bunch of bullshit. It was recorded in New Jersey, and the lead singer and the keyboard player for the Bugs is Gary Wright, who of course was in Spooky Tooth, and then he had his own hit Dreamweaver, and he actually wound up playing up on George Harrison's record, so which we'll get to in a second. So anyways, it's a cool record. It sounds horrible. I mean, just the sound quality is just really terrible for that record. So here's a great one. This is Josh White, Empty Bed Blues. And I don't know if this is 62, but what an absolute risque cover for the early 60s. And there's the record label. Actually, I think this is a repress because of the record label. So this must be a later repress. But absolutely brilliant sounding record. Josh White, just him and acoustic guitars. Absolutely brilliant. I highly recommend it. If you ever see it, go ahead and scoop it up. So anyway, speaking of George Harrison, I bought this one here, and this one I got in Trinidad too, 33 to 3rd. What a great record. And I'm not a huge George Harrison fan. I think most of his good stuff was Beatles stuff. His All Things Must Pass album was brilliant, and then this is number 2. Just absolute fabulous record. George Harrison, 33 and a third's got Cracker Box Palace on it, and this song, which were big hits when I was a kid. So I got a couple more here. I bought these I bought these in New Mexico, as a matter of fact. This is Happy Jack the Who. This is the original 1967 pressing. So this is it's a really good record. And I've never had this. I had this on CD, but I never had it on record. So I was happy to get the record, and it sounds great on my turntable. So, and it is stereo, so it is a stereo version of that. It would have been cool to find a mono. But this is, of course, I got Tommy. I mean, every kid I knew had this record, I'm going to say my opinion is a little bit dated. Some of the music on here is a little bit dated. Do you think it's all right to leave the boy with Uncle Ernie? You're like, okay, whatever. There's a lot of good music on it, but a lot of it's dated, and this is like a 70s pressing. So this is after it had reached massive popularity. But again, it's The Who. It was very revolutionary at the time. It's still in the shrink wrap too, which is pretty cool. And it's got the little book that comes in with it, so we were very happy with that. The next one here, speaking of The Who, this is the demo, or the promotion, the DJ copy of All the Best Cowboys Have Chinese Eyes, which is a really fabulous Townsend record. It's not my favorite, but it's certainly a really, really good one. And I enjoy listening to this. I want to say that Slit Skirts is probably One of his best songs. One of his best songs. Pete Townsend, All the Best Cowboys Have Chinese Eyes. And I remember getting that, I bought that when I was a kid. Somebody in my family had that, made that. And finally, the last one for you I have is, of course, the promo demo copy of Dylan's Street Legal. I had this record when it came out. I love this record. Dylan fans differ on whether they actually like this record. It didn't get good reviews when it came out. The issue was it wasn't produced well, and the songs were not really particularly brilliant. I disagree with that. Well, the songs are great, but I think the production value wasn't particularly brilliant, I guess. But it's still a very, very good record. I have a CD version of it. I have a remaster when Columbia remastered it, whatever year that was. I got that CD, a copy of that CD. And it's just an absolutely wonderful, the cover's brilliant. And it's one of my favorite Dylan records. So anyways, this is Kevin the Switch Hippie. Keep watching. I'm gonna put some more stuff on there. I've been goofing off for the past several months, but I'm gonna stop that. We're gonna get back into the music. So anyways, thanks guys. We'll see you later. Hit the subscribe button and like me and do all that stuff. So all right, talk to you later. Bye.